Welcome back to FACTORIO. In this video, I will simulate the United States of America by waging war, and finding oil. War is quite an important part of gaming. I figured out, off camera, that you can heal by going to the nearby lake, taking a fish, and eating said raw fish. Sushi is the power to infinite human healing. K-Corp will love this. The fight with the biters can go on for pretty much infinite time, until I run out of fish. That is, back at home, I realized that I have made a critical mistake. We have run out of iron. Somehow, the only way to fix the iron setup is by spaghettification. I spent the real-time equivalent of 14 minutes designing a better setup. The conveyor belts literally look like tentacles. I have no idea what I am doing here, but right now, the new setup is keeping up with the quota of 720 iron per minute, also known as 12 iron per second in international system units. I am setting up the north wall in such a way so that 9/11 does not happen again in our base. While I was doing random ammo tasks around the base, CERN was researching oil processing. Turns out that it is much simpler than you think. It just requires a refinery. I expected it to take a magnetic separator, 3 distilleries, a desulfurizer, and an alkylator, just as Planet Me says. I have also successfully produced a military science setup, which requires walls, grenades, and piercing rounds, with better weapons, and with the power of oil. I shall now become America. The world shall be polluted with my hydrocarbons. For the first time in history, CERN will be a military organization, which is weird because the real-life CERN is in Switzerland. Switzerland is always neutral. I have unlocked fast inserters. They are like inserters, but blue, and about 3 times faster too. This will be useful for walls, which require me to insert 5 items in a short span of 1 second, and as I said, wall production has just increased by 300%. Soon, I will unlock green inserters, which can input 2 items at once at the same fast speed, but I will only need them for truly massive amounts of items, like for the railway. Now, it is time to find the oil. I am blind, so I did not see the huge purple dot on the map next to the oil field. I ran around the base with radars hoping that one of them could catch oil, but it was right in front of me. And by right in front of me, I mean 484 meters away from the base. Step 1 is to bring the electric power all the way from the base, which required about 1 zillion high-voltage pylons. Step 2 is to place the pump jacks in the black spots. Step 3 is to
gasoline and kerosene, fuel, oils and diesel, liquefied petroleum gas, petrochemicals and asphalt, refine and system, turn components into fuels, lubricants and different boiling point by distillation. It is petroleum.
Well, that was truly something. I was having a little bit of trouble with the chemical plant, because it requires that you put each chemical in a different spot. It was a bit weird to get the petroleum plant to work, because I have of course, spaghettified all the pipes. But now we have sulfur, glorious sulfur. I set this chemical plant to do some explosives for a little while before I automate it. My plan is to get a train to automatically go from here to the base, so we can craft up the blue science directly in the base. Some quick explosives may be needed because the path to the oil field requires going up and down several mountains. Trains don't really like going up and down. Now, there are 3 chemical plants making sulfur, and about half a thousand oil refineries, which is equal to 3 red circuits, 2 engine units, 1 sulfur, and 24 Kronos units. It is time to try and figure out how on Greg's Grey Earth I automate engine units. The base is extremely cluttered right now. It is a jumbled mess of pipes. I might move some of the ore deposits to other areas of the world, to outposts, instead of having the drills right inside my base. However, this might prove to be quite difficult, because each outpost requires a defense system. Before setting up the engine unit automation, I will have to do something very American. It is now time to set up the engine units, which are the easiest part of the process. The first challenge is making pipes, using iron plates and spaghetti. Then, after cutting through 11.5 minutes of me trying to fix the cables, some iron gears, and some iron plates, we've got ourselves our automated engines. But what can you make with engines? That's right, a car, a staple of American infrastructure. The car allows us to go from home to the oil deposit much quicker than walking, but a train can do 258 kilometers per hour. But the car allows us to destroy the environment quicker by killing trees. That is the point of the game. The car killed so many trees that it killed itself and did not survive the trip to the oil base. I had to go there to place 600 conveyor belts, 2,000 pipes and approximately half a billion inserters to make the contraption. Coal plus sulfur means explosives. Instead of having a 600-meter belt from my base to the oil deposit, I had a 300-meter belt from a coal vein to the oil deposit. Explosives will be useful to automate if I go into modded Factorio. The first thing I will do is get a plane mod and reenact 9/11 on the biters. The train project has been started. Approximately 2 kilo forests will be destroyed while doing this. Good. I love ruining the environment. Now we must expand the oil setup. Each train can take up to 4,000 or something items. We will certainly need plastic for the advanced circuitry. We have one cargo wagon for getting things like plastic, sulfur and explosives set up, and a fluid wagon for getting in.
Gasoline and kerosene, fuel, oil, sandy sea, liquefied petroleum gas, petrochemicals and asphalt.
Something that is not Factorio related, but that happened today, was me doing the first day of organic chemistry in school and my teacher asked us how oil was made. I yelled, distillation tower, fractional distillation, planet me. And she said I was right. Getting the fuel in the train is quite simple. It only requires one green inserter. Yes, the train runs on coal, which means that we have at least gotten to the mid-1800s in terms of technology. Our goal for the game is getting to 1969, which is getting to space. Another conveyor belt goes towards the cargo wagon up top, which gets filled by another inserter with plastic, explosives, sulfur, and more crap later on when I unlock it. The stack inserter is so fast, it is satisfying to look at. They should use stack inserter footage instead of Subway Surfers gameplay on TikTok. It is time for the filling of the fluids. It is not hard, as it just requires a pump. In the next episode of Factorio, I will take the train, because in the intricate web of virtual tracks, as the locomotive of progress propels you forward, you become the conductor of your destiny, navigating the switches of choice in the grand simulation of life. ChatGPT